I think there's an obvious value to the brand's association with John. Certainly right now, he's at the zenith of his career. How does that bode for the long-term viability of the company, that super tight association with one athlete? And I can't think of another brand who's done that successfully. I mean, Hurley was named after Bob, but Bob wasn't the athlete, and it wasn't tied to his identity so much. It's just that the name worked and he was successful and all that. But is there a concern with this?
No, it's a great question. I will give you a really good example of one that did work. The Jordan brand. Michael Jordan is not the face. It is the face of the brand, but there are a million great athletes and great products that brand has made since Michael Jordan stopped wearing the shoes. I'm not saying that's the exact model, but certainly there is a space for that. I also think the important thing to think about as the brand evolves and John evolves over time, I've been very, like, we all have, like, we don't want this to be a quote unquote fan brand where it's like,
right,
we're stressing out about every heat that John has.
Exactly.
This is a journey, and like I'm sure we've all heard this a million times, but it's a marathon. It's not a race. And so, like, if we were trying to capitalize on John's competitive stuff, it would be a race and we'd be on this hamster wheel every day, and we'd be probably making products that would be really different than what
jerseys or something.
Exactly. It's exactly where I was going, is that, like, we'd put a bunch of 12 gear out into the world and we would say, hey, this is the Florence brand and we're going to cash in, and we may make a couple bucks for the next few years, and then, John would make some money and we'd sail off into the sunset. This is a long-term operation, and where this brand goes is going to be connected to John, but is inspired by him. And the opportunity for us to get into different walks of life and passions is huge. And John's passion isn't just surfing.
Sure.
I mean, that's the thing. It's why it's so great, is that, he wakes up in the morning, he looks outside, and he's like, okay, what is it a good day for? That behavior, I think, is more typical of people today than it ever has been. People are waking up and they want to explore. They want to, do these things. You don't all have to ride a 6-foot thruster. And you may appreciate John for his ability to surf well, but there's a lot more people that are going to be inspired by that behavior of getting out and wanting to, what would it be like to go sail around the world? What would it be like to, whatever it may be? And I think that idea, that genesis is much bigger than any sort of, like, heat at trestles.
Totally. I agree.